I remember when I got sent my first smart bulb for review from some generic overseas knockoff company with a mediocre app. It was a neat idea, but seemed more like a gimmick than a real product that I'd spend money on. Fast forward a year or so, and I'm reviewing a similar product concept, but for a much higher price, and I'm surprisingly okay with that. I'm EposVox here to make tech easier and more fun, today taking a look at Philips Hue, specifically the Hue White and Color Starter Kit, with 3 bulbs, which is almost $200? Yes, you're making a significant investment here, but you're getting a really premium kit. In the kit, you get 3 bulbs, which are standard A19 size sockets with a flattish profile, and the Hue hub. The hub itself needs a wired Ethernet connection to your wireless router or switch. This was a problem for me because my router is on the first floor with my main office stuff, whereas I wanted to use my Hue bulbs upstairs in my studio, and the connection just wouldn't stay. The first night I set it up, it worked great, but the next day bulbs kept not being detected, dropping out, and so on. Thankfully, I needed to set up a Wi-Fi extender in the studio anyway, so I just set up the hub into that. Still an annoyance that just one floor is enough to limit the connection. The bulbs themselves actually help ping the connection between them, so in theory, if I had more Hue bulbs around my office or apartment, there would not be connection issues. But that's of course a lot more of an investment. The app then runs on your smartphone and allows you to control the bulbs from anywhere, which is nice. The app is cool and gives you some solid options. You can turn lights on and change their colors individually, or you can set up separate rooms by grouping bulbs together and control them that way. You can manually control the on-off status, color, brightness, etc., or you can set up custom profiles. There's recipes, which can emulate certain themes, such as a sunrise, sunset, or specific white tones for tasks such as studying, waking up, and so on. It goes further than that, though, and allows you to set up actions based on a scheduled routine or location information as well. You can change the status, color, brightness, and so on based on the time of day, or whether your phone is detected as coming home or leaving, too. What the app doesn't let you do is set up custom profiles for color alternations. Imagine your standard LED strips or mechanical keyboards with RGB lighting. You can set up breathing, flickering, random colors, color wave, and so on. You can't really do that here. No Christmas light effects, sadly. However, there are third-party apps available which can add additional actions to your Hue setup. Also, you can connect the Hue hubs to other smart devices, such as an Amazon Echo. This is fairly straightforward, and then you can control your lights by voice. Take that, Clapper.
Alexa, turn on studio lights.
Okay.
The color range of the Hue bulbs is quite nice, as is the range of white temperatures available. You can fine-tune these to run as video lights too. They get decently bright without getting hot. I've been using these in my home studio for colored light for B-roll recently, and they have served me greatly. But there is a problem you might encounter when using these for video. Since these are digital LED lights, there is a refresh period to them that can be detected at certain shutter speeds on a camera. This can show up as lines, flickering, or pulsing of the light, and can be quite distracting. I've also found a couple forum posts referring to this as a potential cause for migraines for some users too. I was able to mostly get rid of this by lowering my shutter speed to 1/50 and shooting at 24 FPS, but sometimes it still shows up. You might have to power cycle your camera a couple times to see if it can sync up. Honestly, my biggest problem with the Philips Hue system is the price of the kits. $200 for 3 light bulbs is a tough pill to swallow, regardless of the features. Then upgrading becomes a question of financial fortitude. I had finally worked myself up to buying a white kit for my office lighting just so I can have the scheduler run on them, and the Amazon page was a tad misleading and I ended up with a nasty yellow color temperature that I could not change and return them immediately. I'd love to switch my full office to these, but I don't see that happening anytime soon.
It's that time of the year again. Awesome shows like Silicon Valley and Game of Thrones will soon be in full swing on HBO. Don't miss an episode with the HBO add-on for your Amazon Prime Video service. You can watch your favorite HBO shows on any device, no cable or satellite account necessary. They even add more movies to your Prime viewing experience too. They're running a free trial, so check it out via the link in the video description and get caught up on the first few episodes of Silicon Valley right now.
Overall, the Philips Hue kit is pretty awesome. The features and quality available here are quite satisfying, but you have to be willing to shed out a pretty penny for them. For budget-colored lighting for studio productions or a cool party scene, this is still one of the more cheaper solutions, however. I hope you enjoyed this review of the Philips Hue Colored Starter Kit. If you did, smash the like button, get subscribed, and consider buying one with one of my affiliate links down below. I'm EvilsVox, and I will catch you next time.